Hello, Disc Golf World. My name is Kevin Jones, and welcome. It's round 2 of your 2020 Majestic, brought to you by Prodigy Disc. We're here at Blue Ribbon Pines, and we are ready to battle it out. Lead card, 27 more holes. I'm here with Luke Humphries. How are you doing, Luke?
Man, stoked to be here, as always, with you, Kev. Here watching both of us play our own rounds. It'll be a little interesting, but yeah, should be fun.
So you guys have half of the card in the commentary booth today. Myself and Luke Humphries are on lead card, but we also have a couple of Minnesota local legends that are going to be joining us as well.
That is correct. Ben Kroll is a staple in Minnesota disc golf. Fun guy. It was a great round with him. And he throws some incredible shots too, so can't wait to see it. What are you ripping on here?
Hole 1, I'm ripping on that M2. Today we have a big tailwind. It's going to be holding our discs really straight, making them overstable.
It's worth noting it was substantially more windy. Substantially more windy.
For sure it was.
I said that right.
Yep. You're all good.
You got that kick.
And I got a fortunate kick to 25 feet maybe.
Yep, pretty solid. This is a H3 V2 out of Ben. Trusting it on some Annie with that left to right wind, and wow, that's the way you do it on hole 1.
Nice. Well done. Great way to start the round.
Yeah, for sure. We are brought to you, the coverage is by Blue Ribbon Pines and Gotta Throw, the Minnesota store here. So I am ripping on a M3, actually your signature M3, and you can see dust in the background. It's super windy. My disc is dancing.
It is. I love that you throw my tour disc. I think it's a really good disc as well, but you throwing it for pretty straight mid-range shots?
Yeah, and I put a little hyzer on that. Probably needed a bit more, but it carried all of 360. So, I mean, the disc is fantastic. I can't ask for anything more.
Nice. Good to hear. And last on the box is Ryan Sheldon, Minnesota native and known as one of the longest forehands in the world.
Yeah, in the game. You guys are, this will be a treat. He absolutely mashes forehands. He's also got a pretty good putt. And he's a big guy, he's like 6'5". He's putting some, just a little short, dead center though.
Yeah, he is a big athlete. I think he played baseball in the past, so he's got that background. Here's Luke, hole 1 to start off with a birdie.
Yeah, a little bit obscured, had to straddle it out to get around that tree. And I just didn't play enough right to left movement. I had the wind coming, and that was just a mistake.
Still a tough putt to start your round with, and here I am from 25 feet, straight tailwind.
Yeah, those trees shaking in the background. You can tell that this is not a still putt at all. You're thinking through it, but
today is seriously windy. We are going to have a bunch of wind to deal with when we're in these little pockets.
There you go. Yeah, I heard some of the locals say that they thought it was one of the windier days they'd ever seen at Blue Ribbon Pines.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we'll play a lot in the woods, and there will be times when the wind is blocked, but there's lots of times the wind gets through the trees and it's still working us on each of our shots. So.
Yep, when it's blowing this strong, it can creep through the trees and even make your wooded shots have wind rolling throughout the fairways, which is very tricky when you have to deal with wind in the woods.
Yep, well said. We'll play holes that there isn't wind at the beginning, and then there is later, and then there is later that isn't at the beginning. It'll vary a little bit. It's wooded wind golf. Should be fun.
Yep.
Look at Ben ripping on that Annie. Sponsored by Northern Lights Disc Golf. I think that's the same crew that puts on the Lake Superior Open, which I hear is an amazing time. I got to get up there for that.
Same here. 2 birdies and 2 pars to start off the long journey of 27 holes. Coming into hole 2, and from last year, this is the only hole on the entire course that has saw any change. The drone is flying down the left side of the fairway, which is, you have the option on your second shot, left fairway or right fairway. The left fairway is brand new. Adds like a little bit of creativity to the hole and gives us options. but it also adds like you could lace something up there for a eagle look.
Yeah, a real large forehand or something super straight out of the backhand would be perfect. And that looks pretty ideal. You caught the right fairway.
Yeah, so I'm playing for an overstable skip and flare to the right. I think the right fairway is a little bit more forgiving, but it's a great way to execute a 3. Goal number 1 is beat the tree that Ben just ticked.
Yep. And he was playing to the traditional fairway as well, trying to get around the corner.
What are you going with right here, Luke?
I'm throwing one of my favorite D1s. It's pretty neutral, pretty straight. I was kind of trying to pump it down that left gap, maybe give myself a putt possibly, but just cut the hole a little further down. I ended up in a pretty good spot. I think it dropped straight down left fairway.
Yeah, if that finished, you could have been a little pinched off, I think.
Yeah.
So not a bad tree kick at all there. You're in a scoreable position.
Totally.
We're about to see some power, though, right here from Ryan.
Smash. That's a Firebird.
What?
Yes.
That is not even... I'm not even able to comprehend that.
It's a 410-foot Firebird down a hallway the entire way.
That was a treat for everybody right there, and especially for myself. I was really hoping to see somebody get a putt on this hole, and Ryan Sheldon sure did it. He's going to be putting for eagle. Luke, what's your lie looking like here, man?
It's pretty good, honestly. I'm trying to play a skip shot around that tree that I hit. I was like 1 foot left of or right of my line, and dropped down a little short. I'll be left with maybe a look, possibly obscured.
Likely a 4, huh?
Looking like it.
This shot needs to be high, and then I need to miss these trees that are guarding the hyzer. I don't miss them, and I drop to where you're going to drop if you hit those trees, which is about 50 feet.
Yep. See that a lot of times. This is a similar position as you were in, maybe a little further. This looks like about 60. Oh. And yeah, he started walking that thing in, and it just barely touched the chains and trickled off the pan. But it looked real good out of the hands. Ben thought it was in. Hearted. Great putt out of you early in the rounds, getting back-to-back holes. Sick slow-mo. Just watch it fall out of there.
Nice. That's so satisfying.
Yeah. I remember you moving for your disc before the disc hit the chains. I mean, you were reaching down to pick your stuff up. I was thinking to myself, like, Kev's starting out pretty confident.
Oh, that was a really good feeling putt right there. So nice.
I'm looking at a low ceiling wooded bid.
Oh, wow. So that was a 3. That was for 3. That was for birdie.
Maybe an inch low.
Not a bad spot. And here's Ryan Sheldon. Clean look for the most part for his 2. Would probably be the only 2 of the tournament, and it's just off.
It was actually would have been the second 2 of the tournament. Josh Miller drained a 75-footer for eagle first round, so that would have been 1 per round. There were no 2s in the second round.
Big shout out to Josh Miller there.
Huge 2. Yep. Oh. Man, from being just outside circle to taking a par, that's frustrating for Ryan. See if Ben can put this one in, and wow.
We just saw 2 misses.
Wow.
2 close misses from guys that wouldn't usually do that.
No.
Maybe some nerves, but either way, 27-hole round, it's not a big deal. There's so much time to recover.
Look at it. They're both talking about it now. 1 hit high right, 1 hit high left.
Yep.
Both could have stayed.
1 birdie, 1 bogey, and a couple pars. Luke, what was the handicap on that hole?
That came in as the 21st hardest hole on the course, so 7th easiest. One of the holes that we were trying to get our birdie on for sure, but it's pretty typical to see a birdie, bogey, and a couple pars, I think.
Yeah, there's teeth on it for sure. And here we are, guys. Hole 3 of the Majestic is one of the most famous holes in disc golf. It's just dead straight. We're going to see a bunch of different plays at it. Recently, Blue Ribbon Pines had a night round where they lit up the whole fairway and made it all colorful and like something that you can't even imagine.
No, yeah, we saw pictures of it, and it was mind-blowing. And wow, Kev, 2 rounds in a row, you've absolutely laced that tee shot.
Very, very happy with that. That's the game plan right there. Don't try to overpower it. Being dead center fairway with a run-up is crucial.
Going with your M3, I liked it out of the hand. I just didn't fully rip it, and it didn't flip up like I had planned on it.
So not giving it that full power is going to cause you to hyzer out. What kind of tree action did you see?
I was kind of waiting on the spotter. Yeah, you see me shrug my shoulders. I wasn't sure if I kicked out of bounds or what, because there is OB over there.
Yeah, I would be afraid of that as well if I saw it leaking there.
Kind of similar mistake Ryan made to what I made, just didn't fully get on it and flip it up flat. His kicked right, but then back down.
Yeah, playing a little bit of plinko.
Really fortunate to be in the fairway.
Yeah, that's huge.
And this, I mean, that was the H3 V2, so he's throwing fairway driver, feeling confident, and kind of just caught an anti-skip that didn't hit any trees and stayed on the right side. He'll be in a tricky little spot, similar to what Ryan's dealing with, but on the other side of the fairway.
So, yeah, in that case, he had a tree in his follow-through. He had to straddle out. There's a lot going on with that shot and not much room for error. Now he has another tree in his follow-through. And he didn't make it much farther up the fairway. Luckily, he didn't kick out of bounds, and in his case, he'll have a sidearm from there. Ben trying to get a lot on there, maybe more than he should have. But then again, he's played this course way more times than myself.
So I'm a little pinched right here, trying to get it straddled out as I can, one knee, to flick this A2. And I feel like I have enough space to execute the shot, so I'm thinking about still getting my birdie here.
Yep. Trying to make it happen. You have a lot of work to be done right here.
Man, and in my practice runs, yeah, I didn't hit that tree behind me, but then in my full go, I nicked it, and it just turned my disc angle down, and, you know, that's what happens. I kicked pretty far right, too. Unfortunate little kick.
That's bad news. You do not want to be kicking right side fairway there. So Ryan is showing us that flick line. He sawed it off just a little bit, but
yeah, gets away with it.
Good result there. Inside the circle, probably.
Finally, we get to you.
I get to throw. And I did the same thing as round 1. Just an early release.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that you're playing with chumps that took 15 minutes of time to figure out how to get past your disc.
No, I would hope not.
Oh, man.
And you guys are far from chumps, because this hole is the meanest of almost all the holes out here at Blue Ribbon Pines. This hole is serious.
Yeah, one of the hardest, came in as the second hardest on the day.
Oh, nice shot there.
I was just trying to do anything to save a stroke at that point. That was a little A2 forehand bid.
So are you putting for bogey at that point?
Yep.
Putting for bogey.
You running?
I am.
Boom, baby. Oh.
Yeah, great little bid.
I liked it a lot. And good speed on it as well. Don't have too much of a comebacker, and that's always nice.
Yeah, for sure. Ben for his par. A little high out of the hands. Came in as the second hardest hole. Only 17 people birdied it. There was a 10, a 9. Listen to this. 8 7s and 9 6s.
8 7s.
8 triple bogeys.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. Just the hole never lets you get a breath. Once it gets you down, it kicks you. You're to the right, trying to get back in the fairway, kicking left, and then OB, and
Yeah, this is one of the most signature take your medicine holes in the world.
Yep, well put. You're getting your par, though. At the end of the day, not that much harm done there. You're picking up half a stroke on the field, too. This one played .52 strokes over par. And you guys all put it out before me, but I was technically further. So
You were, and that's probably in your head a little bit here.
a little bit. Yeah, I kind of had to wait on that one, but got her to go. Didn't want to drop 2 strokes.
That's a good putt. Good concentration from you right there. Every now and then that will happen. We're all in our own little world out there.
No doubt, no doubt. And
Itching to throw our next shot.
yeah, that slow-mo of you throwing the perfect tee shot on that hole that's nice. Par save, always killing it with the slow-mos. These guys are awesome.
Yeah, slow-mos and the shot trackers that we see after every hole is one feature that I adore.
For sure. Same here. So, hard hole 3. Next hole, don't really get much relief. Coming in as the 7th hardest hole on the course. So back-to-back, early on, you're tested.
Right, it's not getting any easier here, Luke. Is it still the number 1 handicap today?
It is not. No, this one dropped to the 7th. It played as the hardest yesterday. I think people just made some adjustments. Maybe didn't go over that OB like they did in the first round. Maybe they just got better at it. You're
It happens, man.
You're flicking F5. Right?
F5. I switched from the D3 in the first round. A little bit less of an aggressive play, but I can still get in great position. I caught some tree. I would say I'm scoreable, though. I'm in decent par position, I think.
Right on. I'm ripping on that D1 again.
Yeah, that's it. That's the sidearm line right there, man.
Man, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the landing area. You have nothing in your way. That's as clean as an upshot as possible. And here's the thing. It is not done yet.
Right.
Work's not done yet.
Yeah.
But that is where you want to be.
And I wasn't sure about where I had landed. A lot of times you kick into some stuff there, so.
For sure.
All I knew was I got past the first stuff.
Yeah, we have no idea what the discs are doing once they get over that hump. We're just kind of hoping that they're in a good workable spot.
And this was a surprise to me, knowing how good Ryan's forehand is, to see him throw PA4 off of this. Which, I mean, it's a great disc, and the shot shape fits well, but a bit surprising.
It is. I agree. It is surprising. He has a great forehand. Forehand can work on this hole, but he is like... I wonder if it has to do with that he's like a flat forehand thrower for the most part.
Yeah.
It doesn't exactly shape up perfectly, so maybe that's what it is. Like that. That was a roped flat forehand, flat release, just like a couple feet too low. That stump got in the way, and that stump comes into play quite a bit for the forehand.
Yep, because it's a low ceiling shot at the end of the day. Just over the stump would be the ideal trajectory.
Yep. Ben Kroll right there hitting tree on the right side. He's going to be left with something tricky.
Officer Jones going with the A2. Looked like you were in between A2s there. You went with your more stable.
Yeah, I went so I could commit a little bit more with it, but I ultimately didn't commit and hit the trees on the right side, but got good action.
This just needs to sit. Oh, man. Catches a hot skip. This is a fast green. You kind of see players coming in, getting a little more ground action than maybe they wanted.
Yep, is this an A2 right here?
Yeah, this is beat up 300 A2 out of me.
Hits the line. It's past the most important part, which is getting kind of over that OB. Now, you did it. You did decent on the hole so far.
What? I caught an ice cube skip though. That was a little hot.
Yep, that flare though, that compact ground is very, very skippy, and you're going to be facing with a tricky circle's edge putt.
Yeah. Great shot from you.
I am extremely happy with that.
Yeah, playing that hyzer route. There's a lot of trees that you can't see that you're playing and missing. So
Yep.
Well done from you there. Looks like Ben is taking the same route.
Great shot from Ben there, and that's all you want. This hole's so hard. There's a bunch of trees that you can catch late to give you a junk putt, but he passes them all, and he's inside the circle. That's what you want.
Look at that focus in Ryan's eyes. He's eyeing this one down. For good reason, too. Connects on it. Well done from him.
Very nice putt right there from Ryan.
Saves his par after not a great tee shot and basically a second shot that went 50 feet. Good extension, full release. Nice catch by that Prodigy basket. Sweet slow-mo there. And I'm sure he's stoked to walk off that hole with a 4 after being where he was at after 2. I'm not where you want to be.
Are you inside the circle?
No.
So outside the circle, no way you're just going to have a regular stroke even. It looks like you have an altered stroke and an altered line.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, and the tree blowing up and down, it really wasn't consistent the way the branches were laying, so I was kind of trying to pick a pocket and a time to shoot it out, and hopefully...
Oh, yeah, waiting for that branch to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's disappointing too.
Yeah, frustrating to be where I was at after that drive and not convert. And looking for a big par save. Grabs it. I like his putt. It's simple.
I enjoy watching it too.
It's
very,
easy.
very clean.
Yeah, repeatable. I think I'm left with about 20.
Something to think about at least.
Yeah, definitely not where I was trying to be for my par putt. I didn't want a par putt.
Yeah, I know. In the perfect position, but you know how hard that green is.
Yep. That's why it's the 7th hardest hole on the course.
There's something about this camera angle I'm really liking.
I'm digging it too. You good?
Yeah.
He's good. Thumbs up. Nice. Sick slow-mo. Dude, you can just see it in Ryan's eyes how focused he is on these shots. He's a competitor. He's only been playing competitions now for 3 or 4 years, he said, but already at the top of the game. And he's got tons of athletic ability and room to grow. Hole 5, par 4. You've got a gap to hit off of the tee that presents you at about 290 feet. Getting just past it sets you up well. You can't bite off that much on this tee shot, with the lake kind of keeping you right around 340 feet. So you're left with 300 and change in no matter what, even at the best of tee shots.
Yep. The only thing you can do is piece together 2 about 300-foot shots here. I'm really happy with that. I actually put a new PA3 in the bag just for this round. I needed something trusty that would handle some wind and just go straight with some good finish. And that moment, that disc proved to me that was the candidate for the job.
Yeah, it had some great finish on it for sure. I'm throwing that M3 again. Started it out definitely right of my line. Got some fortunate kick to get back into the fairway. And I should be left with right around 400 into that green. Got stopped a little early.
There's pretty much 2 phases to this tee shot. The first phase is the initial gap, and that's getting your disc moving forward and in the right direction. That's goal number 1. But then there are these guardian trees that Ben has done exactly what you need to do. You need to beat those guardian trees to have a more routine upshot. It's a beautiful part of the hole.
For sure. PA4 out of Ryan. I think it's a stable PA4. He rips on it hard and it holds the torque.
It is above average for PA4 stability, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Nice shot. Yeah, and it even sets up nicely for a flick if he's going flick from there. It opens up that flick line.
Yeah, being on the right side of the fairway. Yeah. So I've got this little gap to hit and then that lake to carry.
This is a big shot. I mean, you're not past those guardian trees. How far are we thinking here?
I'm like 4 bills, and I did not commit to this one.
At least 4 bills away, and man, that's worst case scenario. You know it.
Yeah.
He hit the tree on the left side, and it took all the speed off the disc and dumped it right in the water. Luke, did you ever get that disc back?
It is gone.
Gone.
And I had planned on throwing it a bunch more times this round, so adjustments are going to need to be made.
So key member of Luke's arsenal is not going to be with us for the rest of the round. It always hurts as a disc golfer.
Wow. What a shot.
Nice. So he didn't opt for a forehand.
Throws the backhand, leaves it a little right, but no worries. Skips over the green barrier and is basically parked. You're going F5 again?
That's the F5 flick. I was hoping for some love right there. It would have put me inside the circle, but I can't complain.
Yeah, there are some putts to be had from back there, but it's pretty tricky. Well wooded.
It's tricky. It's just time to get creative. Been in the best landing area of all of our drives.
Oh, just 2 feet right of his line. That was about to be under the basket.
And we're back to you, Luke. Adding an extra stroke on the score.
Yeah, I'm going A2. Just trying to give myself a putt and get out of here with another bogey, which at this point doesn't feel good, but it's the best I can get, so it's got to happen.
That's when the golf mentality comes into play. Okay, nice shot. Just trying to chip up Anheuser around.
Here you are straddled out amongst the woods. You got a line?
I do, and it's kind of like an Anheuser nose down kind of line. It's a tough one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't know if you had a line on it or not, but I knew it was pure.
Wow, what a cool angle here.
Yes, let's see this. Nice and slow. Touches a couple tree leaves, but nothing really. Just perfect. Great putt, man.
Fun make right there. And that brings me to 3 down, which is a solid start in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't help but be stoked about a homie doing something cool like that.
It's a big putt right here, Luke. What's this for, bogey?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, into the heart of the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even need to say. I'll say it, man. That was a really good putt.
Yeah, things could have gone differently if I missed that one. It would have felt discouraging for sure.
That's right, man. Yeah. Oh, nice. I love the stroke. He doesn't even it doesn't seem like he fully extends his arm.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
Which is not bad by any means. That's like Cam Todd would always preach that style back when I was learning how to play disc golf.
Yeah, I feel like Eagle is kind of similar too. The disc is getting out of his hand before his arm is fully outstretched.
Oh, that was me after that F5 flick. I was so happy with that. Just it's a shot I've been working on a lot. So getting a putt out of that and then executing the birdie, that's awesome for me.
That's sick. And you have opened up a bit of a lead here. You're going one way, and I'm definitely going the other. The card seems to be kind of lagging a bit behind you.
Yeah, but we got pressure from that chase card. A really nice chase card is storming right in a couple holes in front of us. You've got Conrad, Nicola Castro, Kale,
Jake Lauber.
And Jake Lauber. That's our chase card, and they are chasing, that's for sure.
We could hear noises. There was a large gallery following them and cheers. And you're going M2 here?
Yeah, that is terrible, man. That is a very fortunate break, and there's the disc, dead center fairway, man. I gotta take them while I can.
Definitely. It's nothing you can do. Get a little love when it counts. Ryan, now this is a shot right here. Maybe a little low, but can't argue much with that.
Nice, and pushes it right up to the first tier, which is going to be, 25 feet maybe?
Yeah, I think at the least. I think it could be a little more.
Yeah, maybe even a little more, and it's uphill.
Yeah, up to that Kobe basket, hole number 8. And just a filleted shot out of Ben.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, catches the tree right where Ryan landed, and they'll be sitting basically next to each other.
Yeah, 2 fantastic shots from them.
So I was jumping in between my plays on this hole, and I was thinking, like, I'm just going to go full speed. And then I watch you throw mid-range while I'm about to throw my 12-speed D2. And I was hard committing to it, but I kind of did a good job. It just flipped up a little more than I
And so
wanted
you ended up choosing what?
I threw a D2.
You did end up going with the
Yeah,
D2.
you threw M2, I threw D2.
Nice.
And that's like 100 feet or so.
Yeah, about that. Just maybe trying to give it a little run. It's uphill, so a little bit of a run, but I'm happy to take a par here.
Yeah, not much for me here.
Boom! Luke Humphries with the beautiful turnover flick into the basket from, what, 80?
Yeah, something like that. I needed it at this point. Pretty rough round starting off. Just a little bonus.
Oh, that touch, man. And we're going to see the disc come back into the frame and hit. Yes, guys. Thank you for joining us, guys. This is part 1, and I don't know how many slow-mos we've already had. This is a highlight reel.
Yeah, there's been some big putts already. It's a pretty fun card so far. This for a birdie would be a great one.
It would be.
Ryan, stepping up in the moment. It doesn't seem like the nerves are really affecting this guy. He's playing good golf.
I would agree with that. Other than that, the mishap on the second hole with Ben and Ryan missing short putts, both of them look very comfortable for the most part.
I'd agree. Yep.
And Ben to follow suit. So these guys just laced the tee shot on this hole. But by no means is this a gimme birdie. The work isn't done yet. That tells you how hard this hole is.
Yeah, for sure. And we might see 3 birdies on this hole, which would be kind of amazing. There was only 20 in a field of 107, and 3 of them you just saw right there.
Amazing is the right word, man. That's awesome stuff from our lead card.
Quick shout out to Scott Bugash, 115-foot par save on this hole. Shout out to you, buddy. I don't know how you scrambled to get in that position, but way to bang it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, came in as the 11th hardest hole, playing .27 over par. So our card doing well on that one.
I think I had the box going into that hole, and going into the jump putt hole, I think I lost. I think I'm Bob now. Yeah. Real quick.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So this is an interesting hole that we talked about last time that's unique to Blue Ribbon, but is a challenge in and of itself and should be accepted and even celebrated.
I agree. I think it's a very unique hole, and by no means is it a gimme. You'd like to think it is, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. 155 feet, and if you don't get it, you're just kicking yourself. That's a great play there from Ryan.
Very solid play. He hyzered out a little early, but well within the circle.
Yeah, and if he would have connected on the trees, he would have been in a similar spot already. So hard work done once you pass the one tree in the fairway that you can see there. The one that Ben just hit.
That's the one.
The one to beat. So I'm going with a mid-range here, just to get some extra glide and a little stability. My play is a slight turnover jump putt, and the mid-range just helps it come back.
Probably takes torque a little bit better than the putter as well.
Yep.
That got there so fast, and that was just extremely clean. Nice birdie, man.
I feel like you said something and switched your play right after I did that. Is that right?
It is right. You made that jump putt look so easy, but I didn't realize that you did it with a mid-range.
That's right. Once you got to the green and saw us, I tricked you. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Yeah, kids at home. That's a good way to pick up strokes on Kev. Just yeah,
Trick him.
Do things out of the ordinary. Now a little bid from Ben there, probably about 50 feet away.
This is going to be 40 feet maybe as well outside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Got wind whipping through those trees up there.
You already hit a couple outside that. I was thinking that one was cash for sure.
I felt pretty good on that one. Downhill jump putt as well.
Yeah, interesting little thing that Ryan does when he's inside the circle on putts that are shorter. He just kind of does the one leg, I don't know, fellbird.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he probably does it, I don't know, 15 feet and in. He just kind of stands there and one
All arm.
Yeah, it works for him. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
So what kind of scores did that just give us?
We just got a couple twos and a couple threes.
A couple twos and a couple threes. It makes perfect sense because in my opinion, it's 50-50 whether you're getting this one or not.
And that's basically how it came in. Half a stroke under par. Easiest hole on the course. 56 people birdied it. 60% of the field was in circle 1 in regulation. Crazy number.
Yep.
But it's a challenge in itself and part of the course. So we accept it and move on to another tricky hole.
Right. Immediately after our short jump putt hole, we have another hole that you could jump putt as well.
Yep.
So today we have a huge tailwind that's ripping through these trees, and it's making our glidey turnover shot really, really difficult to nail. So you might see us get more conservative, possibly.
Yeah, we're seeing Ryan do it right off the bat, not even trying to ante his putter at all. Straight up just jump putting a hyzer to the position he wants to be in, and he'll have something similar to that. I'm trying to, do the crapshoot through the top route.
Yeah, you're trying to get a birdie. Trying to pick up strokes.
Hit the Mando tree, and then there you see my disc. Like 10 seconds later, it's like 50 feet down the fairway.
That was a wild reaction right there, but a great reaction.
Like
pretty much the equivalent of a layup.
A follow cam on that would have been like 6-7 trees in all different directions going nowhere.
I would love to see that.
Got the height.
And this is played super high from Ben, and late tree stops him from probably penetrating the circle, but that's a wide open jump putt.
Yeah, optimal position there.
Yes.
Good spot to be. And honestly, on average, that's the best you can do. You might park it 1 out of 20 tries, but that's pretty ideal from you as well. Just not messing with it.
Yeah, I just saw what Ryan did, making it look so easy, and I try to copy him.
Yeah.
I will have a little bit more work than him, though.
Jump putting that M3 mid-range again.
Nice play, man. That's very efficient.
Yeah, I was a little pinched, so I had to throw that ante. This hole is only 10 feet further than the last hole, and it coming in at 165, but still playing .32 strokes over par. A third of a stroke over par at 165 feet, Kev.
Yeah, getting a birdie is just so hard.
Yep.
Myself scooting up to around 20 feet, and Ryan actually leaving some meat on the bone. He'll have a putt for par further than he'd like.
For sure.
Then, what's this, 35, 40?
Yeah, I'd say like 40. I mean, great spot to be in. The trees aren't in his way. Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Looked really good.
There were only 2 birdies on this hole all day. James Conrad and Anthony Erickson. And James banged his from 80 feet. Wait a second. Yes, let's watch this replay.
What a cool replay we get to see.
This is how it happens, people. The band make.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Thank you, Parsave Productions, for that replay right there. And nice par, Ryan. The layup paid off.
It bounces dead center off the rim and then moves into the chains. He doesn't understand it, neither do we, but he's in for the par.
It happens.
Good putt from you there.
Happy to take a par on this hole.
It's happening as well. Ben as well, so we'll all-star par that one.
Okay. Star par, no harm, no foul. You can easily card yourself a bogey there if you get out of position. And we all had nice upshots as well to avoid that bogey. So
Yeah, we kind of played that one from the fairway, which most groups don't have the benefit of doing.
That's right. It's hard to end up in the fairway on that hole. You hit 6 trees and went in the fairway, so that's great.
Super lucky. Yeah, I'm happy about that. This is one of those tee shots we talked about last round. One of the 5 hardest tee shots in the round that will dictate how this entire hole is going to be played. If you hit early, you're going to have such a tough time just saving your par on this one.
Yep, this is a moment in the round when it's really important to buckle down and execute a tee shot. This is a huge momentum shift in the round, whether you're carding an easy birdie or you're carding a double bogey. It can make big effects on your round. Catching a late tree on the left side from that ripped forehand from Ryan.
So ripped. I was interested to see where that was going. He kicked pretty far right, it looked like.
Okay.
Not a good place to be.
No, but made the initial gaff, which is good. And that's pimped, it looks like.
Yeah, this would have been that orange disc that I threw in the water, so I'm already having to change my play up a little bit based on that. That's a white 400G, D1. And yeah.
Is it more or less stable than your orange was?
It's more.
So you kind of had to shape that one a little bit more, torque it some more.
Yep, exactly.
Hence the reason that you finished super far to the right.
Yeah, over by that fence, which doesn't play OB, but does play just in your way.
Right. You get a meter relief, but it's still going to be affecting you.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty good shot out of Ben with an H3 V2. He wanted a little more flip, but it dropped down in the fairway, so he will have a decision to make on accessing this green. I mean, that looked lace. That was headed to position A.
It was close. I'm happy with it. It was a similar shot as Ryan, and then I got a nice kick to kind of right side fairway.
Ben going for it.
Yep.
That's a crazy good golf
Oh
shot.
my goodness, just to decide to pull that off.
You should be fist pumping that one, Ben. What a great shot, giving himself a birdie opportunity.
Yep, that little pond, while it's small, eats discs too. So if you throw something in there, chances are you're not going to get it back this round. Terrible spot that Ryan was in. Could only advance 15 or 20 feet, it looked like. And are you going for this?
Yeah, I'm trying to make something happen.
Skip shot or something?
Yeah, like a really glidey flip up. Maybe I could flare it to the right, but important to have speed on it because it needs to make it over the water.
Mm-hmm. And long being the miss there, or the
exactly
the play.
The miss being right into that bunch of grass and kind of trees, and I can have some funky jump putt out of there.
Yeah, with a possibility of hitting one of the railroad ties that guards the green and stopping short and just parking it. So Ryan, you saw him there trying to turn something over, just get himself into position, caught a tree. This is his par attempt here. And it needs to get down. Cruises just over that telephone pole, railroad tie, whatever that thing is, that kind of is a good little bumper for you.
Yep.
And here I am after my meter off of that fence.
And finally getting to attempt your shot because you smashed your drive. Meter off the fence.
Patent pending.
Perfect. I knew it out of your hand.
I'll take that.
You should, man. Drop in threes is it. Sometimes it feels so easy on this hole, but you have a dangerous forehand, and that's what can make it feel easy sometimes. Rip a forehand up there, and then hopefully you get far enough to where you can just zip a putter to the basket.
Yep.
This is a very solid spot for me. Just like throw up a jump putt, maybe you make it and you make a crazy 3, but at worst you're gonna make a par.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is no big deal on this hole. Hole 9 comes in at 0.35 strokes over par. There was an 8, 3 7s, and 9 6s on this hole, so it could get away from you quick if you let it. The OB plus the tight drive, it just plays as a hard hole.
Sit. Okay, so after Ben's fantastic upshot, giving him a look at birdie, he is gonna end up taking a par on the hole. Ryan, that's painful. That's gonna be a 6 for Ryan. He struggled on this hole.
Yeah, double bogey. He's not happy about that. I mean, at the end of the day, he's got a great forehand, set up nice off the tee, just didn't catch it the way he wanted. Par, no worries there. I am gaining a stroke, though, and getting one closer. Is this creeping into your mind, or what?
At this point, you sure it is. Yeah, I think I just checked U-Disc around this time, and yeah, you're coming within like 2 strokes, making it a nice battle. And we've got that chase card too that they could go hot any second as well.
Yeah, we know they're coming in.
Yeah, so it's just important to not get bogeys, obviously, and try to rack up as many birdies as possible. Just keep battling. It's a war out there.
Yep.
But thank you guys so much for joining us. That's part 1 of 3 of our final round coverage of the 2020 Majestic, brought to you by Prodigy Disc. This is Kevin Jones and Luke Humphries. Thank you guys for joining us for part 1, and we really hope to see you for part 2.